It's day 9 of the Body Shaping for Women Over 50 series, and today is a recovery stretch. Let's go! And honestly, I'm not even sure why I said let's go. We're already here. We're down on the ground. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Pahla B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend. And today is the workout that I have been looking forward to since I started yesterday's workout, you guys. We are doing a glorious, glorious stretch today. We are static stretching though, so if you have not been moving around at all, I'm actually going to highly recommend that weirdly you get up and do like a warm-up for this. I've been mobile today, so I am ready for a nice static stretch, but if you like just rolled out of bed and haven't done anything yet, do our normal warm-ups and just get a little bit warm because we're going to be holding these poses for a couple of seconds each. Let's go ahead and get in a tabletop position. We're going to start with cat and cow. Oh, there will be groaning today, just so you know. There is no way around that, my friends. Your knees are about hip width apart. Your hands are about shoulder width apart. We're going to roll our back up, 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 up like a Halloween cat. And you guys, just so you know, I totally apologize for the audio. When we do these kind of like stretching and weirdly shaped videos, my mouth is super close to the microphone, and or the microphone is super close to the ground, and or other kinds of things, so the audio gets a little bit weird, and I know that could be hard to follow along with. Then we're going to put our back all the way down, and we're going to look up with our head and look up with our tailbone. This is cow position. I always like to think about trying to get the back of my head on my tailbone. Clearly that's an impossibility, but that's the way you're stretching, the way you're thinking about it. It's such a great stretch for your abdominal muscles, which I don't know about you, but my abs are sore today, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and roll through this cat and cow a couple of times. Honestly, today I want you to make this stretch your own. You can help yourself to more or less, or pausing it and really holding on to some of these stretches for as long as you would like to. It's a mostly static. This one we're starting with is much more dynamic than the rest of them. But they're mostly static stretches, and static stretches, what we're doing today is we are easing some of the muscle soreness by just simply moving, getting some blood flow to the areas that we worked yesterday. But also we're reminding the muscles that it is totally okay to be unbunched. What happens when we work muscles is that they bunch up. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. They crunch while we are picking up heavy things and putting them back down again, or while we're doing cardio or anything else that we do also. They bunch up. So when we stretch them back out, we're telling them, oh, it's totally okay to go back to your normal shape. In addition to going back to their normal shape, we might be able to, in some instances, push them a little bit beyond their normal shape. We are promoting flexibility when we do work like this. And I say promoting because frankly, I don't do enough of this kind of work to actually be what I would consider flexible. But when we do this kind of thing regularly, which we are doing here in the Body Shaping series, which I will be honest, is a little bit more often than I do any kind of static stretching on my own, we are promoting flexibility. Flexibility takes just as long as anything else that you might want to promote. That means to say that you would have to practice this very regularly for a rather long time before you're going to see a lot of difference in it. From this tabletop position, we're going to go into what I call thread the needle. I'm going to move my hands forward just a little tiny bit, and you can shake out your wrists if you need to. We're going to bring our left hand all the way through the hole that our right hand and right body, or yeah, the right body, we'll call it that, is making. What I'm going to do is bend that elbow and get, oh my goodness, my left ear all the way down on the ground, and trying to get my left shoulder all the way down on the ground. You're reaching for whatever you can reach for in whatever way feels good. For me, I really feel this stretch on the back shoulder, the shoulder that's laying on the ground. It's a little bit of work. It's almost like a little half of a push-up here on the arm that's holding me up, but you're welcome to kind of relax down into that also. Whatever feels comfortable for you on this stretch. I also notice it on my right hip, the hip that is kind of holding me up. It's a little bit of stretch for everything. Now I'm going to turn my back on you, and I always apologize for that, but I'm going to turn my back on you when we do this exact same thing on the other side. Going to come up and then lay down into it. Now here's the thing, if you have any kind of vertigo, like I sometimes have, I'm not feeling it right this second, but I can see how this kind of work would totally bring on vertigo. Feel free to lay here for a second if that helps you, or come up out of the position if that helps you. It really, for me personally, when I have vertigo, it almost always helps me to just stay in the position for a second. My brain usually figures itself out after a couple of seconds. Not always, but usually. Depends on what's going on. Making sure that you're breathing and just relaxing. And I'm going to come up and I'm going to do each side one more time. And just holding on to it. I mean, you notice I do not have a timer today. I don't really have any kind of an agenda other than getting through these poses. Getting through. It makes it sound like it's a chore. Other than working through these poses and feeling nicely stretched. I mean, this is not intended to be a long workout today. It's not intended to be really a workout. It is intended to just feel good. It's a little bit of very, very rest, heavy, active rest. And then here we are on the other side. Oh, I love stretches that get deep into my shoulder like this. I find that I carry all of my tension in both my shoulders and my hips. And that is, by the way, a little foreshadowing, because our very next pose that we're going to hold on to is Pigeon Pose, which is hands down my all-time favorite. Oh my gosh, I love this one. Okay, so we're back up in more or less tabletop, but what we're going to do is we're going to go up to like a plank position. Ooh, and even going into a plank position. Oh, do you feel that stretch on your calves? Doesn't that feel nice? We're not going to hold this for very long though. I'm going to bring my right leg underneath me so that my right heel is underneath my left hip. So I've twisted myself into like half of a pretzel here. Now here's the thing about the Pigeon Pose. You are very likely a lot more flexible than I am. Just most people are. Like, that's just a thing. So you might be able to get your hip all the way down onto your heel. You might be able to lay down flat on the ground, or you might be able to come all the way up and do that thing where you grab your foot behind you, which I'm not even going to try to do because I know for a fact that it will bring on a cramp for me. You are welcome to make this Pigeon Pose your own in whatever way feels good. I know that this is a lot of work on our wrists right now. We are in this kind of half upright, not really planking, not really not planking position a fair bit here, which is why you are really welcome to come down on your elbows if that feels comfortable for you. You might also have like a yoga block or something else. You're always welcome with all of my workouts. You're always welcome to modify, moderate, and make them your own. I'm just going to sink into this, relax, let gravity pull you into this for a couple more seconds. And then back out into that plank. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. That calf stretch feels so good. I love it. I'm going to switch around here, really just to give my wrists a break for a half a second. And then we're going to come back up, and I'm going to go into the Pigeon Pose on the other side. Ho, 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 ho. I had a feeling. I was more sore on my left side this morning for whatever reason. This is why I actually do like stretching. I love noticing where I worked yesterday. And here's what I have definitely noticed about yesterday's work. My hips, like deep in the hip socket, which we talked about numerous times with the curtsy lunges and everything else, is totally where I am feeling all of yesterday's work. My shoulders feel it too. My shoulders always do. I'm a little bit surprised at how sore my abs are too. I'm always excited when my abs are sore. I don't always feel that. So that was kind of a fun thing to notice this morning too when I got out of bed. Breathe into it. Let gravity just sink you down, down, down into it. Okay, now speaking of getting a cramp, here's the thing. We are going to do a quad stretch. If you already know that you can't grab your foot when you're laying down and pull your foot up behind you so that your heel touches your hip, go ahead and grab like a yoga strap or a dish towel, anything that's going to help you get into that pose, or feel free to skip it. Either one is totally fine. There's nothing magic about any of these stretches. I want you to stretch in a way that feels good for you, so I chose stretches that I happen to enjoy. I I love stretching out my quads because it gets deep into my hip flexors as well. So we're going to come up in that plank real quick, stretch out our calves, and then we're going to lie flat down on our bellies. You are welcome to lie all the way flat down. If I do, you won't be able to hear me at all, so I'm keeping my microphone up off the ground. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get my hips nice and relaxed, and then I'm going to bring up one foot directly behind me, and I'm going to grab onto it, and I'm going to try and get that heel as close to my butt as I can. Sometimes I am flexible enough, and sometimes it feels like a big stretch. Here's the thing about stretching. You want to make sure that you're stretching just enough, but not too much. And you're welcome for that incredibly clear description. A stretch should always feel good, and you're going to feel it as a stretch, but I mean, kind of like what I was talking about with if you're not warmed up, don't do this. You could actually hurt yourself from trying to stretch your muscles too much. It's one of those things that your muscles are only meant to go a certain amount, and a little bit beyond that feels good, but a little bit too far beyond that can injure you. Don't ever injure yourself on a recovery day, my friends, or ever, if you can help it. But like, specifically, don't injure yourself from trying to get a beautiful stretch. Always find that nice, sweet spot of, okay, this is a stretch and this is enough. I'm going to go ahead and switch sides. And sink down into it. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but we're getting a little bit of bonus shoulder opener with this too, because we're pulling our shoulder behind us to be able to grab onto that foot. I noticed that this side is a little bit tighter in my quads. It's so interesting. Paying attention to where you feel things and where your specific, not necessarily imbalances, but where your different stretches feel and where your different strengths are. It's part of what we're thinking about during this month of body shaping. Noticing your body, not judging your body, just noticing it. Like, oh, that's interesting. I'm tighter there. Oh, that's interesting. I'm stronger there. And without trying to necessarily fix it or make it perfect, but simply noticing that your body has its own little quirks, its own little isms. It's kind of fun, actually, that our bodies aren't perfect. And being able to be aware of where your strengths are, where your less than strengths are, and simply enjoy them for what they are is part of what I want for you out of this program. Loving your body exactly the way it is and understanding that it's not perfect now, it'll probably never be perfect, but it's fantastic exactly the way it is, and you can make improvements. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, you guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let go of that. And then we're going to come on up again. I know, it's almost like a push-up. What am I, making you work? I know. Okay, you guys, this is the stretch that I dislike. I included it because it's important, but I don't like it. Oh, we're going to have our legs directly straight out in front of us. If you can get your knees flat and straight, that's awesome. Pull your core in, keep your shoulders from hunching and rounding too much, but we're just going to stretch our hamstrings. Now, here's the reason why I don't like this stretch. I've got my hands on my calves right now, or my shins right now. When I was younger, I used to be able to wrap my hands all the way around the bottoms of my feet. And while I could never get my nose all the way to my legs, I remember being so much more flexible than this many, many, many moons ago. Not recently, many moons ago. And it just makes me a little bit sad that I have become this stiff, because I am this stiff. I'm going to sit myself up for a quick second here because I got just a little bit too far. And then I'm going to roll it back down again and find someplace comfortable. Breathing into this stretch, relaxing into it. That's the other half of stretching, is that it is kind of work, but you do want to be able to relax into it as well. So when you feel your muscles kind of fighting against the stretch, see if you can mentally send your energy there, relax them into the stretch, and let gravity really help you with the stretching. Good job. You guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have a finisher for us exactly, but I do have one more pose for us, and it's another one that's very difficult for me, but I find it much more satisfying than that hamstring stretch. This one's called frog pose. What we're going to do is we're going to put the heels of our feet together, the palms of our feet together. So your toes are matching your toes, your heels are on your heels, and then we're going to slide on down so your butt is as close to your heels as possible. And we're just going to roll ourselves down so awkwardly down onto the ground, and then, oh my gosh, this is my favorite part, this is the most important part, you're going to put your hands behind your head. So your hands are behind your head in mimicking the same pose as your legs. So this is a hip opener and a chest opener, and I absolutely love it. My hips, I mean, I know you can see how far my knees are off the ground. My hips do not really relax in this position, but this one is so fantastic because gravity is helping everything kind of pull down into a stretch. So again, just relax, relax, relax into this one. You guys, I could lay here all day, and I probably will. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm going to tell you though that here on screen, you're welcome to hang on to this pose for as long as you want to. Here on screen, there are going to be two other things for you. They're just more stretching. I've got another full body stretch that's down on the ground that I happen to love. It's really relaxing. And I have, I mean, it's a cool down. Which is kind of funny since this wasn't too much of a workout, but it is a floor cool down that's just a little bit more stretching. You guys, tomorrow we have moderate day. Yay for moderate day, because we might still be a little bit sore. We're going to do some cardio, some low impact cardio. Impact meaning no jumping, not that there's no intensity. It'll be moderate intensity. Low impact cardio and body weight strength. So we're doing a little bit of both tomorrow. So that means you want to eat for that today. Make sure that you're eating your baseline, you're getting some nice fuel. Make sure that you feel nice and recovered, not too much other activity today. Whatever you do normally is totally fine, but don't be thinking that you need to do more than this, my friends. Your body makes its adaptations when it is resting, not when it's active. I'm not even going to sit up to tell you goodbye. That's how much I love this pose. Okay, I'll sit up a little bit. You guys, I hope you enjoyed today's stretch. Make sure you click the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow for cardio and body weight strength.